Welcome to a League of Legends quick guide. My name is Comet and today I am gonna show you the basics on how to play Hwei, the new character that just got released a few hours ago into the Rift. I am very excited for this, but a lot of people seem to be very hesitant on picking him up, so in this video I'm gonna show you that it's actually a lot simpler than what it may seem. First off, we need to understand that Hwei abilities work slightly different than other characters in the sense of instead of releasing a spell, the first time you press a button, he will transform. Example, when you press your Q, he will transform into fire form. Think of it as if it was Jace. When you press R, Jace transform into melee form or into range form. Nidale, for example, when you press R, she transformed into cougar form or into human form. Hwei has three transformations. When you press your Q, he transforms into fire form. When you press your W, he has his water form.
People aren't what they say.
And when he
They show.
transforms using the E, he goes into dark form. And this will allow you to choose from three different abilities. However, unlike Nidalee and Jace, his abilities are temporary. So as soon as you throw an effect, you are gonna go back into your regular form. And your R, instead of transforming you, it will serve you as a big, massive spell that you can use in teamfights or to finish someone off. Let me show you. This is his R. It will not transform you, it will simply do massive amount of damage. Now, let me reset the cooldowns, and I'm gonna go through his abilities now. First off, when you go and transform into fire form, your spells will change. First off, you have your Q, which will do the following. Think of it as if it was an Empower Karma Q. It will throw a little fireball that will stay in place, hitting everything that is around it. Now, if you want to use a fire form ability again, you will need to transform again. So every time you throw a spell, he goes back into regular form. There we go, just like that. Then we have his W. It is simply as if it was a Zerath. Then, when you release your E, it will release a massive effect as if it was an equalizer from Rumble. So his Q, the fire form, when you transform into fire mode, all of his abilities will focus on dealing damage. Which when you pick really depends on the situation, but just know that they really are focused on dealing damage. But this is not the case for the other abilities. In fact, his his water form that you use when you transform using your W will not do damage, but rather they will bring utility. Water form and Q will give you a faster movement speed. Water form and your W will heal all of your allies in a small area. Now, if you transform and use your E, this is something as if it was a Lulu Pixie, Every time you auto-attack, you will be doing slightly more damage. And you can know that you have power attacks because these little balls, each is one auto-attack. And just like that. So again, fire form is to do massive amount of damage. And your water form is for healing, shielding, and just support abilities. Just like that, you have a bit of shield. Your E, however, is a lot different. This will not bring direct empowering damage or any type of direct shielding and healing. Rather, what it will do is it will provide crowd control. So with your dark form and Q, you will fear the enemy. Just like that. Dark form Q. Fear. You will fear your enemies. Dark form Q. Boom, they get a fear. Now, if you use dark form and then you use your W, all it will do is release this little eye that will root the enemy in place. So think of it as the W from Swain, except that if you are in the area, let me show you. When the enemy enters this area, they will get rooted. So they have, so Hwei has a fear, has a root, and his E is a displacement. Let me show you. Again, W, Q. But now look at his E. It will be a slight displacement as if it was a set, going in and putting people together. So again, let me show you this time, however, with another
Let me recreate what you're afraid to confront.
dummy right here. Look at that. They will put both of the targets together. So once again, when you transform into fire form using your Q, this is for damage. Then
My work seeks answers.
utility with the water form using your W. And crowd control using your dark form, which is your E. And then when you want to do massive amount of damage, all you have to do is press R. Boom! And this scales quite heavily with your items. So you really want to try to farm as much as possible because he will be scaling a lot. So let me show you what a build with him will look like. For your starting items or your mythic items, you can go Crown of the Shattered Queen, just as if you were going with an Oriana or an Aurelion Soul to try to protect yourself, or if it was an Azir. But if you want to do more damage, you can go for Liandry's Anguish. Liandry's will objectively and mathematically speaking do the highest amount of damage to your targets, no matter what, even if it's low HP, if it is a target that has a lot of HP, or whether it is a character that has less HP, it doesn't really matter. Liandry's, mathematically speaking, will deal the most damage. It just does not provide that much survivability. But if you need instead, rather than the Liandry's, something that is quick, a bit more bursty, Liandry's is your choice. However, with the new items synergy, you really want to go Liandry's or Crown of the Shattered Queen, especially Liandry's. This could be an easy choice, as with how much damage it does, you will never go wrong by using it. Once you go this, the things that will give you the most damage are definitely Shadow Flame. You can go for a Void Staff, for example, if there's people that are stuck in MR. You can always go for Zonia's, Rabadon's Death Cap, and from here it depends on what you want. If you are struggling with mana, you can go with Archangel Staff, because he does use a lot of mana for his abilities, and he does have a very long cooldown, so you want your abilities to count. But again, if there's people that are healing too much, let's say you are against Soraka, you can go for a Morelonomicon. But obviously, usually the 6th spot is just for boots. But if you are pretty fed, you can go for those Archangel Staff from the get-go, or if you are, or for a Morelonomicon. But this is more or less how a build would look like. It really is your standard AP character. I think he might be the most standard epic character ever. In the sense of what he's meant to do. He's meant to do damage, bring utility, and if possible, just end the life of the opponent. Yes, this is Hwei. This is a character that does so much damage with his abilities, and definitely is a character to look forward to play into the future. So if you want to just give him a try, go ahead. You know, he is not as hard as people make him to be. Um, especially, it's very important because he brings that super high damage mage that a lot of people enjoy to play. He's definitely not the easiest character though, but he's a nice character to just have on your champion pool, especially for the future. Now, there is one more thing that I must mention, and that is you can go back to regular form at any time by simply pressing R while transformed. And his cooldowns, remember, they are very, very long. Like you guys can see. So, do not worry about messing your inputs. Take your time to go and find what's best for you. If you want utility, just do not worry much. If you want damage, go for it. And if you want crowd control, you can bring that as well. So, this has been Hwei. However, there is one more interaction that is very important to note. Let me see, reset game. And that is, when you level Hwei, you will have access to all the spells when you are transformed. For example, I'm going to transform into fire form. And look at this, all of the spells are available. So this is super important because you do not need to level up your other abilities in order to use them. However, let me get some levels here. When you transform, you also do not need to level them because your spells will scale with your main ability. So for example, if I transform into my fire form that currently has all the points, my spells will also have all the points. So this is super important to consider as you want to be leveling up always your Q. And after this, it really depends on which one you would like to use. But really, try to get as many points on your Q as possible. And once you go past this point, it really depends on how the game is going. I would personally recommend to go for your W if you want to play it safe. But if you want to be making plays, you definitely want your E, as this one will give your crowd control that you might need to finish someone off. In fact, let me show you what a cool combo could be. Let's say we have a character there. We can root him. Q. Look at that, and just like that, half HP. So really give Hwei a try. He's amazing. He might struggle to characters that are extremely quick on your face type of character, but when you are against slow paced character, he is insane because they won't be able to do anything against your super high range, safety, and crowd control. I think that's really what goes with Hwei. Like, it's just awesome. Look at that. So be careful of facing those Zeds, Katarinas, and stuff like this, because they are quick, bursty characters that will really mess up with you, as Hwei is a character that would rather take a fight more slowly. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this one was helpful. Obviously, this is not an in-depth guide. It was just an overview so that you guys can go and start playing him, or so that you guys can go and understand and understand how he works. But that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Comet, and I will see you on the next guide. And if you want an in-depth guide on how to play him, let me know in the comments. And I also want you to know that I will be playing Hwei on my road to Diamond as well. So this is gonna be a really good test. For now though, thank you so much for watching. My name is Comet, and I am signing out. Peace.